Hello everyone, Mars here, and today is close to being the final day. I think one more day to go for Axie Infinity Origins Season 2. And they already had the Pre-Season 3 Town Hall, which basically talks about what's gonna happen in Season 3, and I just want to do a quick update to see what's actually gonna happen. So, very exciting. So the first thing is definitely the new runes and charms for season 3, so they will have a new set of runes and charms, which is of course making things more exciting. It won't be the same as season 2 again. So that's one thing, right? So every season I would expect that they will have new runes and charms, so that every season will feel a bit different. Okay, so that's coming, and they said that the release, like the balance changes with the runes and charms for season 3 will be coming actually tomorrow. When I say tomorrow, I mean basically as the season 2 ends, and then they will have a I guess maintenance, and after the maintenance then the balance changes will be live. So yeah, very exciting at this point. Of course, still not, we don't really know what the balance changes will be yet, but I think we kind of already know some of the, well, I won't say no, but like expect some of the very, very strong cards to be changed, like Winghorn or maybe even Swirl, that kind of thing. So let's see. And then they talk about the structure of season 3, and what's gonna happen is that there are only gonna be 3 eras, which is kind of what I thought about as well, because last season, season 2, I already thought about, okay, yeah, what's the difference between Mystic and the final era, right? Because they actually changed the minting time to 3 days, so it really didn't matter, and so they basically combined the two, and now they just call that the Mystic era. So which just means that only kind of 3 times you get the reward. And then of course they change the structure a bit, which I'll go into in a bit. But finally, first is that there's actually like no AXS rewards before below 20k rank now. So, well, I was saying now, I mean like season 3. So that's actually kind of big change for people who are at the lower ranks, because some people might just want to play a few games every season, get to maybe like literally like 20 something or 30 something k ranked, and then get a very small reward, because they're like a very casual gamer. But now what they're trying to push for is actually that you really have to work hard for it. So here is actually the I guess the proposed, and I assumed probably final, I'm not sure if they will change this or not, in terms of the rewards for AXS. You can see there are 3 eras. So the first one is still 7 days for the rare, and then 2 weeks for the epic, and then 3 weeks for the mystic era, I think. And then now the split is basically 15%, 35%, and 50%. So it's actually quite a lot at the end. And yeah, so you can basically see that what they said is that they cut the rewards for below the 20k and distributed basically across the top. When I say top, I mean like across actually probably every other rank. So so everyone else should get a bit more, but then if you are at the 20 something to 40k, then you won't get anything for next season. So that's why I think everyone probably will need to fight a bit harder to get at least some rewards. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. And then in terms of the crafting item rewards, they also changed it up a bit as well. So because now they only have 3 eras, and so we will get an epic rune choice box after the rare era. So when you get into the epic era, you already get a epic rune of your choice. And then the same for the mystic, but now we actually don't get the mystic charm choice box. So what they say is that, okay, they give you some moon dust, mystic moon dust, so that you can craft your own mystic charms, but they won't give you a mystic charm. So that is like the biggest, I would say, in terms of like loss for the rewards. And then before that, actually, so I think this is quite exciting, and this is quite fun, I think, is that the off season, or they call it the season 2 off season, I'll probably call it the pre-season 3 off season. And so there's actually gonna be like a leaderboard kind of thing, and with a bit of reward. So to be honest, for me, the sticker is really the main one, I feel. But actually the rare rune, I feel like it matters in a way, because they actually give you a bit of a head start, and because it's only 7 days for the rare era, and so being able to get these early on could be pretty good. So aim for, if you are aiming for like top 3k, right, you already get a, okay, but this time it's random. Note that it's random, right? So it's not a choice box, so you might not get the rune that you want as well. So that's why the runes and charms, unless you're really at the very top, then it doesn't really matter. But also in a way it doesn't matter, because now the minting time is 3 days, and so by the third day you can already buy the rare runes and charms, and I assume they won't be that expensive also. So in that sense, these just give you like a head start, but ultimately it doesn't really play that much of a role. But of course, having a sticker is good. Okay, and finally they have a bit of a new card arts for some of the cards, which I quite like. I mean, especially Winghorn. Well, hopefully they change the text as well as the art. Yeah, and some of the others as well. So it's always good to have a bit of a fresh look, but of course it might be confusing because you're kind of used to, like, say, the color scheme of a particular card. Sometimes you look at a card based on the color, based on a particular feature, and now you have to kind of adjust. Yeah, and that is basically it for this update. So very excited for tomorrow. Basically that's when the season 2 ends, and because we'll actually see the new runes and charms and also the card changes for next season. So do keep an eye out on my future videos covering those balance changes and the new runes and charms. See you in the next video.